Trust your gut, shield with your left, hook with your right. Hey, what's going on guys, it's Sean Lang, and today we're going to be looking at the Centurion CN9-AH. Let's go look at the details here. First up, you'll notice that the right arm geometry has been reduced on the Centurion, as well as the left torso missile geometry, and we'll go ahead and show you that in the mech lab. Also to note, the left arm shield has been extended here just a bit, giving a little bit more coverage. You'll notice on the custom camo pattern that you're able to change the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors all by themselves. One thing to notice about this Centurion is that it has 2 ballistic in the right arm and 3 missile hardpoints in the left torso. Very similar to the Yunla-Wang, albeit the Yunla-Wang has 2 energy in the CT and no missile hardpoints. Being that this is missile and ballistic, you will be dependent on ammo, so keep that in mind with any setups you go with. The setup I chose for this particular build is an AC-20 in the right arm, an SRM-4, and an SRM-2 in the left torso. Now, I don't have Artemis, and that's mainly because of weight. You can drop this XL275 down to an XL250, get that extra weight, and put it into Artemis if you so desire. But being as the AC-20 is my primary weapon of damage, I threw on here the SRM-4 and SRM-2. Now, you may be wondering, why not just an SRM-6, Phil? Well, the main reason being is the spread on the SRM-2 and the 4 is actually better than the 6 without Artemis. Ergo, I'm getting the same thing for the same weight, but just a better spread of missiles. You can also do 3 SRM-2s, but the main difference is if you put a third SRM-2, it's actually going to be listed at the bottom here, increasing, again, your spread of damage possibility. In the right leg, I have 2 tons of AC-20. Left leg, I have a ton of AC-20 with a ton of SRM ammo. In the CT, I have half a ton of AC-20 and half a ton of SRM ammo. In the head, I have 1 ton of AC-20 ammo. Armor placement on this mech is pretty straightforward. I've maxed out armor except for the left arm, which I've dropped off 2 points. That ticks down to a half ton free open, and that allows me to take plenty of ammo for the AC-20 and a decent amount for the SRMs. Now, armor placement in the CT left and right torsos, I have pretty much maxed out front and only 10 in the rear. Keep that in mind, again, using this left arm to shield with your enemies on the left side. And of course, just remember you are running an XL if you do run this particular setup. Now, you can run a standard AC-20 setup on this particular mech. The trouble you run into is finding an AC-20 plus missile mech because of the weight of this particular chassis. So just keep that in mind when you are playing around. I've also seen on the battlefield machine guns with 3 SRM-6 with Artemis. I've seen AC-10, I've seen AC dual UAC-5s. A lot of different combinations, but if you want to utilize both weapons, you are going to have to sacrifice something. On this particular setup, I sacrificed taking a standard engine for survivability, but also the XL275 means I'm going to be maxing out as far as my top speed. Speaking of speed, this particular chassis goes 89.1 kph without speed tweak. I do have Indo Steel double heat sinks and standard armor, 336 out of 338. Firepower is 32.9, heat management 1.69. I do not have to add any additional heat sinks because it's over a 250, plus this thing is going to run pretty heat neutral. Tonnage 50 out of 50 and no jump jets. For modules on this particular setup, I chose radar deprivation. Obviously, this is almost a must-have on every single mech if you can get it. It is a little bit expensive, but it is totally worth it. Consumables, I have a UAV. I cannot stress how important a UAV is on the battlefield. Now, when you utilize these, don't pop it right away at first engagement. A lot of the times, the enemy is going to be looking for these, especially if you're on one side of a ridge and they're on the other. They're going to see this go up. They're going to shoot it down. Wait until the middle of the battle, then pop it. Utilize that fog of war to your advantage. For weapon modules, I went with the AC-20 range 5 and the cooldown range 5. These two are the most important things. Again, UAC-20 being your most predominant weapon here, that's what you want to run. That's what you want to gun with. That's what you want to do as far as most damage with. So again, I'm highlighting these 2 things. Let's go and dive into battle and show you this thing in action and show you how effective this can be, again, in the current system without any quirks. And of course, quirks are coming down the line for this particular setup. Alright guys, and here we go into battle with the Centurion 9-AH. I'm going to go ahead and do some customization to my weapon groups. Obviously, one thing to note is you do not have a lower arm actuator, so you don't have any horizontal dual crosshair movement, but you do have the verticality up and down. So keep that in mind. You can still aim higher than where your torso mounted missiles can fire. Also to note is you don't have to worry about missile flaps anymore because of the recent geometry changes. They're no longer needed. And notice you don't have any light indicating that they are open or closed. Some tactical things to think about when you're rolling around with this chassis is a shield with your left side to the enemy when you're moving, engage with that AC-20, and then shield again. You only have 31 rounds, which is quite a bit for the AC-20, but just keep in mind that that is your primary means of damage. Try to stay within that 297 meters. Why 297, you may ask? Well, that's going to be your most effective range. Yes, you can hit out to about double that, but it's diminishing returns the further you go out. So again, to maximize that full AC-20 damage, stay within that, that bracket. Also, you don't want to be the forerunner. There's no point. Utilize friendlies, move in, stay with some that are moving in. You know, we've got multiples here. Stay behind the Atlas, per se. Again, I had a shot at 400 meters. Didn't take it. Didn't want to waste that shot. Alright, just go ahead and position myself, watching some friendlies here. One of the issues with this map is you tend to stagnate out right here. I just missed a shot by a Centurion 9-AH as well. There may be a UAV up. Looks like it was just shot down. There's that Centurion AC-20, 3 SRM4s. Guaranteed to be an XL engine, or he's very, very slow, and AMS to boot. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stay with my friendlies here. Atlas, again, using them as shields. It's just being smart. There's a UAV that just went up. Stormcrow. Go for those side torsos. Good hit on that scent. This is the left arm though, shield arm. That's not going to do anything in the grand scheme of things. Alright, you'll notice the UAV just got shot down. I'm going to wait before I deploy mine. Not going to do it just yet. Switch to thermal. I'm this close. Ooh. Again, shielding with that left. Another UAV's up. I got a flame right here. His left torso is critical. And we have an Atlas as well right here. That's critical left torso. Juliet. Again, you'll see that I'm engaging, then torso twisting. Don't want to expose this arm to any fire, if I can help it. Ooh, good hit on Gulf there. All in the CT. Again, just utilizing cover here, being smart. Watching on my mini-map some seismic, or at least the target's moving around because of that UAV. Ooh, I think I might have taken his arm off, or at least got a good hit on it. Now I know they've got the beat on me, so I'm just going to wait here, see if they pook out. No one's pooked, making my movement. There's a dual Gauss Jaeger back there. Alright, so they've started to push in. Because I'm close range setup, I'm going to go and help out down here. There we go. Alright, we're 3-0 right now. I'm going to go ahead and make a left flank maneuver here. Got to be careful, don't want to overextend per se. But I see a target of opportunity. I'm going to go after dual Gauss. One hit to the back and he will be out of the fight. Again, I want to be careful here. We're up 3-2 right now. Not a huge lead. 3-3. If I can get a shot on this Jaeger. Alright, I flanked the enemy. We're up 4-3. That Centurion is critical right there. Oh, it's just out of my sight. Alright, he's down. I'm gonna go ahead and press in here. This is one of those moments, key point in the battle. You just have to press in. Trust your gut. Shield with your left. Hook with your right. Shield with your left. It's down. Pushing in here. Lima. Again, shield with your left. Punch with your right. Cut across. And that'll be it on him. One more target to go. And behind us. And there we go. A really fun chassis, and again, I'm going 89.1 kph, and this is without speed tweak. I just got this today. I've only got, I think, kinetic, burst, stuff like that. And you can see where it's a fun setup. You have to be very careful on how you utilize it, but I really enjoy this build. I think it'll be a contender for some fun quirks coming down the road. But as you can see, I did some decent damage, 387. I didn't do anything too bold there except pushing at the end, but there was that pinnacle time when the match starts to shift and a little bit of pressure goes a long way. Again, remember to shield with your left, punch with your right. Alright guys, check out this build. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, Mech Warriors.